first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking how I'm gonna live without you by my side. Or without you. I don't give a fuck what the words are anymore. My God. My Lord. I don't know how you guys are with, having neighbors that might be a little bit annoying or a little bit ridiculous. I don't want to say anything too giving away. I don't know. I doubt that anyone is going to listen to this that's living near me or actually my neighbor. But we have neighbors across the street I love neighbors. It's great. Neighbors are cool. But every single holiday, they put up these big blow-up balloon things, like decorations for holidays, whatever. But they have this one for this time of year that they like to put right out at the corner of their property, which is like the closest spot they could put to ours. And it's this fucking fish with a Santa hat. It's like one of those fish on the wall frame thing that kind of would talk back from the 90s and shit. I think I remember seeing it on The Sopranos. I think somebody got Tony one. And he didn't fucking like it too much either. Anyway, it's a blow up one of those, but it sings I Will Survive. And not the actual I Will Survive. It's some guy, they re-recorded the music. It's some dude over and over. I thought maybe my friend stopped by to drop something off, and I was like, you hear that shit? It's fucking going all day, all night. Sometimes they do. They leave it on all night into the morning. It's like, come on. There's nobody driving by. I mean, there are people that stop across the street from our house and just look at it or take pictures or whatever the fuck they're doing. It's just a lot of blow up things. It's not even they're all Christmas themed except for that one. I don't know. I feel like they fucking made that one Christmas themed just by putting the goddamn hat on the fucking thing. But my friend that stopped by to drop something off, he was like, maybe it's one of those things where, motion detection. So it's every time a car goes by, it goes off. But I swear to God, I'll be out on the front porch, smoking a barrel. And there's no motion, man. And that thing's just constantly. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. And then at the end, because they can't use the real song, I will survive, I will survive, hey, hey. You know how it's twice and then hey, hey? Well, this one, they have to throw in an extra I will survive. So it's always, I will survive, I will survive, I will survive, hey, hey. I'm gonna fucking wake you up in the middle of the goddamn night, you fucking piece of shit, and fucking shoot your goddamn thing with a BB gun. I really want to. But I know they might know that that's us. Not that they've ever seen me with a firearm outside, but I swear, it's it's like their son or something who takes care of it. Every holiday, he's got a shitload of blow up stuff for each major holiday, and anything's ever wrong with it, he's out there constantly. So even if I did shoot it with a BB gun and make that shit pop, first of all, it would keep singing probably throughout the night. Second of all, he'd probably come out there in his fucking pajamas and fucking patch that shit right the fuck up. So I can't fucking win. I can't win, and I feel like an asshole complaining or going over there and saying something to him. But I mean, seriously, it's gonna lead to that. It's gonna fucking lead to that. But anyway, how are you guys? How you doing? A little bit late this week. I had a little bit of a it's a busy week. Had some stuff to finish yet last night, putting together some presents and getting some shit together. Plus, I was just really fucking tired, man. Really fucking tired. Ooh, you heard that? I think that's the coffee coming up. Whew. But yeah, putting together Christmas shit. I think we got everything wrapped, actually. This is like the first year we have everything bought and wrapped at least 3 days before Christmas. It's fucking awesome. And I can thank my fiance for that because she wrapped most of the stuff. I just, I put together the big thing. We got them one of those Melissa and Doug little kitchens for kids that like they could just play with. But it was like wooden or, whatever the hell, fake wood. But it took me like 3 hours to put this thing together one morning. Luckily, we dropped them off at the sitter, and I didn't have much work to do that morning. But I wanted to get it done and out of the way, so that shit was done like last week. But it's so crazy how that's like a priority now as you get older. I'm 40 years old now. And family is number one. Family is it. Love and family and friends. And this time of year, I mean, I know a lot of people go through hard times because they lost somebody throughout the year, or maybe they lost somebody that they love at this time of the year, which really sucks. And my heart goes out to you if you did. But as you get older and you have kids, you really learn that it is just a time of year that is specifically meant for them. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get presents when you get older. It's nice to, be excited, that kind of excitement for something when you get older. But it's a really special thing when you're young, because I can remember having a lot of good Christmases when I was little. I mean, my family, we really didn't have like too much. We weren't like rich or anything, but we usually got what we wanted, and we weren't like spoiled kids that like just asked for crazy shit. But like when Nintendo came out, I can remember getting that in like, I don't know, 87, 2 years after. But then again, I was only 85. I was like 3 or 4 when it actually came out. So they gave me until 5 or 6 to start playing, even though I let my son play video games at like 2 or 3. He knew Mario back when he was 2, but that kind of shit. Like we had that stuff growing up, and I really appreciated that. My parents cared enough to work hard and give us that special time and that special feeling. I don't know. I feel weird saying it because I'm not very religious. But I do like Christmas time. It reminds me of just like, being young and having the winter come and just wrap your house, and you have to have the heat on, and if you have heat, space heater, you know how it is. You just get all cuddled and cozy and have hot chocolate with fucking marshmallows and shit on there, and build gingerbread house. We got a fucking Super Mario gingerbread house. Oh my God, I can't wait to build it. We're building it tomorrow, today, if you're watching this on Friday. Christmas Eve, bitch. Christmas Eve. No. I'll never talk like that. I don't know why I talk like that right now, but it's ridiculous. So, yeah, we're all set. And I'm really excited about it. I'm so thankful for everyone and everything in my life right now. This last year and a half has gone by so damn quick. even with the COVID and being stuck in the house. But so many cool things have happened, and just, I can't be more thankful. So that's about it. We're taking a week off of the joint next week. I'm sure you've heard on the latest episode with Lisa. Don't fucking say it wrong. Yeah, I had to get the... Guess who? Oh, no, guess what? Chicken butt. Guess who? Chicken poo. Guess why? Chicken thigh. And that's Hey from Moana. Because last summer, my kids loved that movie so much. Now they don't as much. We don't watch it every single day anymore, but they still remember the damn lyrics to all the songs, and it's a great movie. But yeah, we're taking a week off from the joint, but I'm still going to go up there, and we're going to brainstorm this bitch. I think he wants to step it up, and I'm ready. I've been ready. I got pretty much everything we need to step it up to a studio, if we can find one that's around the way, and that's all him, and that's all good. I'm down with whatever the fuck we do with that. I'm ready to go. Even if we have to have a little studio at his house and a little studio somewhere else for guests, that's cool with me. But it's going to be fucking cool next year, I think. He's got the book coming out. He's feeling like way better than he was this last year. And I was just watching, because I went back and I was adjusting some of the old episodes of The Joint to add title cards and different other cards and stuff like that. Just like videos that pop up in the corner. And wow. It's crazy how different it was. Not only the way that it was shot and the way that it sounded, but he really was, going through it a little bit. And I could tell a little while I was in front of him and there. But, honestly, I thought that we were, just doing a lot of edibles, which we were. And we still do. But, he was going through some shit, and then he opened up and then worked on it, and he's back fucking tip top. But go, bitch. So 2022 is it's gonna be fun, and I look forward to it like a motherfucker. But yeah, had to take off next week for the joint. I'll probably have one of these up. I'm not gonna take off of this. I have a guest scheduled for next week. A little zoomage action. Actually, it was supposed to. I asked Lee like 2 weeks ago. I asked Lee, "Hey man, you want to be on my podcast and catch up again?" And he was on like one of the earlier episodes when it was just audio. So I wanted to get me and him on here together because, I don't know, whenever we talk, it seems like we have a cool time. So just wanted to fucking hang out for a little bit. And I was like, I don't want to interfere with Joey. Like, if Joey asks you to be on the joint, then we'll reschedule one by one. I don't want to have it, like, interfere with that or, like, come out the same week or anything like that. And we were set up to do it last Tuesday night. But then, like, Sunday, Joey told me, "Oh, I'm going to have Leon on Zoom on Tuesday." So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I didn't really run it by Joey. I didn't want to, like, interfere with that shit. And I knew that it was going to be, like, a church, like, reunion episode, so I ain't fucking with that at all. And it was fun as hell. It was so fun. So Lee will be on the podcast the beginning of the year after he gets back from his little vacation to Mexico. And that'll be that. We'll fucking chat it up. Producer to producer, if you know what I'm saying. Lee is so cool, man. He's such a fucking sweet dude. He really cares. And so do I, but I mean, I don't know. I think I come off maybe as a little harsh sometimes. Just the faces that I make. I can still hear this fucking, at first I was afraid, I was petrified. This fucking motherfucker. I can hear it through the door, and I'm like on the side of the house. It's so crazy. So crazy. But, yeah. Lee's great. I love Lee. We had a little tiny conversation before and after the podcast when we recorded the Zoom. And I put up the beginning of it, and I don't know, maybe I'll put up part of the end of it or something when this little episode's over. A little behind the scenes. Because I always talk to whoever we're Zooming with, and sometimes it's just like a quick, hi, how you doing? Can you hear me? That's about all you need to fucking say to me. I mean, who am I? But it's really cool to be able to do that and have those little greetings saved in a little file. So one day, you motherfuckers better be nice to me when we Zoom. I'm recording that shit. But you know that. It says Zoom now recording or whatever the fuck. But and then yeah, next week I'm gonna have a designer, illustrator based out of San Diego, this guy that I follow on Instagram that just fucking blows my mind with the shit that he does. He does these really cool, like, paper cutout 3D projects that, like, he's got a Skillshare class, and I learned a lot of the shit through him on there. His name's Michael Fugoso, a.k.a. the Fugstrator, I think. Fugstrator. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I'll figure it out when we talk on the Zoom, but we're scheduled to do that next Wednesday, so hopefully next Thursday there will be another episode of One by One out, and then the week after that, maybe, let's see. Yeah, that'll be the 29th, so that'll be the 30th episode, so I don't know, possibly the first week of January. If Lee is cool, we shall do one. But if not, I have a couple other guests lined up that are fucking radical that I can't wait to talk to. I'm saying so much again. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Did you see that Nirvana baby? I mean, you saw that he sued Nirvana, right? Like for the fucking, and I couldn't believe it. He was suing them for at least $150,000, saying that they were using the album as child pornography. But anyway, the surviving members of Nirvana and Courtney Love, because she's got to be part of that shit, have formally responded to the lawsuit from Spencer Elden, accusing the band of violating child pornography laws on their iconic Nevermind album cover. You stupid fuck. Oh my God. Just a little hair off of here. Where'd that come from? Get out of here. Get out of here. It's floating around. So it says the defendant's motion claims that Spencer Elden, 30, has spent 3 decades profiting off of being the Nirvana baby. He autographed versions of the album and has them up for sale on eBay. Hey, you gotta make some money somehow. I mean, they didn't keep paying him. And he used it like as a means to pick up chicks. Like he would go up to them and be like, hey, you know that baby on Nirvana with a little hanging out, floating in the pool, trying to get that dollar on the hook? That was me. Oh my God. This guy. Thank God they responded, though. But he spent 3 decades doing stuff, like celebrating it. He's got a big-ass tattoo on his fucking stomach or chest or whatever. And I only mention this because Nirvana was like, and are, but back then, they were what got me into playing music and getting into rock and roll and, well, they weren't the first band that got me into it, but they were the ones that like opened the door, really, because I feel a stronger connection with them because I learned how to play guitar playing Nirvana songs. Polly was the first one that I ever learned how to play, strum, and sing at the same time. And that was off of that record, man. So, means something to me, that record. Ain't fucking child pornography. If you think, just like Kurt said, if you think that's child pornography, maybe you're a pedophile. Jesus. What happened to this world, Jesus? No. That guy. I can't believe him. He's quite the character. I mean, what would you do if you were the Nirvana baby and you grew up and didn't really do anything with yourself? Kind of grew up to be a douchebag. Like what did you do? You just got a tattoo of Nirvana and then you tried to sell the album that you were a baby on with your own signature on it. Apparently it's still up there. I'm gonna go find it. Buy one. Burn it. Fucking twat waffle. Anyway, this guy. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I kind of get it, but I don't get it. People have to be, they have their 15 minutes of fame just like stretch out the rest of their fucking life. Like if I was a Nirvana baby, I'd want to like do something to top that, you know? Not like take a fucking picture every year on the anniversary of myself with more and more hair between my fucking nutsack and my fucking ass cheeks in a pool, naked. Recreating the same picture that I did when I was a baby. I don't know. I'd want to make like music or like some kind of art or do something, and that would be like one of my credits, like, oh yeah, I do this, but I also was that little baby. Isn't that fucking weird? Wouldn't use that as like a pickup line, like, hey, see that little penis down there? It got a lot bigger, baby. Trust me when I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. See, when I do these, solo episodes, I guess you can call them, I'm not going to sit here and waste your goddamn time listening to me talk, because I know that I don't have too much to talk about. I mean, I'm just a fucking dude that makes stuff and puts stuff together. I put the pieces together of the puzzles I am handed. But, I just want to give you guys a little something every week now, because I need to do this every week now. I actually wanted to do it last night, but I let my mood kind of take over. There was things going on that was, getting in the way and delaying it and everything, but I could have fucking did it. And tonight I kind of wanted to not do it again. Because I don't even know why. I guess maybe because I feel like sometimes nobody really gives a fuck, but then I gotta remember that it ain't about everybody. This shit is really about me getting something out and it being therapy, for me, my own form of it. So I came down here and I sat down and I put this fucking shirt on and I turned the goddamn light on and I put the background on, or up, over. It's kind of just, you know. It's not a, it's a wall. Don't get confused. But that's what I got to do, is I got to kind of like, especially when it's these solo ones I'm saying, kind of force myself to do it. I mean, this is how Joey must have felt. Had to have been. Not as bad, though, because at least he's got the humor and the voice and all that. He's done this for a long time. I've only been doing this for a little bit of time because of him. But this is the same thing, probably. Like, that anxiety he was getting before I would come up. He would want to call me like the hour before and say, forget about it, don't come up. But he was just not. Just let it go. Let me get there. And that's what I got to do. I got to kind of just like get myself here. And it will happen. That's about it. What else did I do today? I learned a cool little project in Blender. Blender is a 3D software program. It's basically like Cinema 4D, not quite Unreal Engine, but it's free and it's badass. Okay, so it just updated. I think it's like on 3.0 now, and there's classes that you can take on Skillshare. Skillshare is badass. This episode is not sponsored by Skillshare, but it very well could be if you wanted it to be Skillshare, because I use that website a lot to learn a lot. I've learned Adobe Premiere on there, this Blender program, After Effects, all this shit. You can learn pretty much anything, just like on YouTube tutorials. A lot of the guys, a lot of the instructors on the classes actually have YouTube pages doing the same stuff, but they're like kind of shorter tutorials and don't give as much information in them. And then they have like Skillshare as a sponsor for that video, and they have their own Skillshare class on Skillshare that goes really in depth on stuff. So anyway, I learned this little looping animation from an artist named Smeef. I wanted to give him a little shout out, at Smeef Sculpts on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, and Skillshare. But he had the course on there. I think the course lasts like an hour and a half or something like that. But I watched it one time and then rewound, got the computer, and sat there and tried to do it along with it with my iPad and the computer and going back and forth, and it worked. This shit is so crazy. Just how detailed it is. So I can't wait to get into more stuff. It's kind of like the program that Beeple uses to make the artwork that he does. He uses Cinema 4D, but this is Blender's basically the same exact thing. And you could take 3D models of whatever you want. You can buy them on different websites, or you can sculpt them yourself in different apps or in the Blender app or program, and then you could just put it together it's like a 3D sandbox kind of thing where you can just play and create a camera, put it where you want it to put it, add light sources, and it's like you can make video games. But with this stuff, there's people doing shit that's like photorealistic stuff. And it's so crazy to see like how it how it turns from this just gray model, add textures and colors and lights and all that shit, and it just turns into this real thing. It's so crazy. But I had a lot of fun learning Blender. Just this one little thing. There's so many more things you can do with it, and that's why I want to keep learning and taking more of these little Skillshare classes. Because you can do logos, you can do just animations with, like, you know, tutorial animations, and just a whole, you can do like 3D, 2D, you can make comic books in there, but then turn them into 3D. It's fucking, that's what I'm really looking into. And I don't want to give it away, but I do want to give it away. Francis Manipool. You motherfucker. I'm looking at you. He's one of my favorite comic book artists right now. He just is amazing at everything he fucking does and touches. His style is like, every time I see something, I'm like, yep, that's Francis right there. Actually had Superman 78 issue 5 comes out tomorrow, I think, and he has one of the variant covers on there. It's like, fucking A. But he, you know, I message people just to see what their response would be, to see if they may be interested in being on, and he actually told me he would sometime in April. So I have like 4 months to like eat my heart, or whatever. That doesn't even make sense. To get ready for it. I can't wait to fucking talk to him, man. He makes some great fucking videos on YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram and Twitter. Right now he's got a comic book out called Clear. It's on Comixology. It's like an app on your phone or iPad that you can just read and look at comic books. It's fucking awesome. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't know how I got into that, but Blender is fucking cool. And I can't wait to fucking fuck around with it and do more shit. It's just that it takes... Oh my God. I mean, I wanted to watch it, and then I wanted to actually watch it again and take notes, and then watch it again and do it. But that's how it kind of like sinks into my brain. But I just think from doing it over and over, it'll sink in some stuff. But it took like an hour and a half to do it the second time, and then the render. It was a 3D animation loop that I made. If you go to the Instagram, you'll see a little behind the scene picture and then the actual loop. But it's 160 frames. So when it renders, each one of those frames takes like 5 to 10 minutes, it seemed like, to export out of Blender. And then each one of those PNGs gets saved in a folder. And I had 160 of them, and then you got to put them into Premiere and then double it and then export it to the phone, add music, all that, and then post it. But still, that took all day. And I didn't want to fuck my computer up. But it seemed like it stayed cool. I kept the fan on. But it really seriously did take like fucking 7 hours to render that little video. Which is why I understand now why people doesn't make too many videos, because they just take forever to fucking export. I think that's what he uses Octane for. It's like a render engine, I think, which I might need to look into, because if I can get this little loop animation to export faster than it did today, that would be tremendous, because then I could use my computer to do other things throughout the day. But anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my mouth and the words coming from my mouth. Like I said, I'm not going to ear beat you for that long. It's already been like 35 minutes, so I think it's time to skedaddle. Skedaddle. Sometimes I gotta really get used to where I'm looking because this is the camera. But I look over this way. Right there. See? Anyway. Thank you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah if it passed. All that shit. And Happy New Year. Even though I'll see you next week before that. I love you. Peace.